Okay, so today we'll be talking about why consistency matters more than passion and talent and whatnot. And obviously, I'm going to be taking it from my perspective and what I've learned through my journey and all of that. um, I think for the most part, why I say this is because for about like the past 5 years, um, I've been really trying to or I've been aggressively pursuing my dreams in it. And I say I've been aggressively pursuing my dreams because if you don't know, I am an aspiring actor, musician, basically everything within the arts. I'm heavily interested in theater, film, and that's basically my dream is to just become an international actor, to become an international musician. Um, so for the most part, I think when you're a child, you sort of think that your talent is all that matters. It's basically what carries you through thick and thin and everything, and you can just get away just by being talented. But what I'm slowly realizing, well, I think not even slowly, I think it just kind of really been hitting me for the last 2 years now, is the fact that your talent just won't get you just anywhere, you know? You can be crazy talented, but if you don't go out of your way to be seen, go out of your way to be recognized, to improve yourself. Nah, I wouldn't say that. How can I say this? Hold on. If you don't go out of your way to put in the work, and by putting in the work, I don't mean like maybe like through just practice or whatever, but it's just simply doing the things that you need to do to get where you want to be, you know. For the longest of time, I've just like I don't know, should I say I'm religious, spiritual, you know. um I've been just praying a lot, and I'd hoped a lot, and yeah, of course I'd try to put myself out there, but it also was not enough, at least for me. Of course, like every journey is different. Some people can just, rock up once to some place, and then they just get like casted, or they put in the right position and whatnot. But what I've seen for me is that, like, if you're a person that doesn't just get things in life handed to them, you really just gotta put in that extra step just to make sure that you position yourself right, at least, you know. And I think for me in my journey, for the longest of time, when you have that star mentality, you just think that everything is going to be given to you just because you're chosen, or you're a star, or and that's fine and all. I think what I'm realizing now is that kind of everyone is chosen in a sense. Everyone is a star in their own right, and for you to stand out, you have to put in the extra reps. You have to. And I think by me saying this, I mean, like, if you go out of your way to put in the work, in a sense, you ultimately end up finding what it is about you that people are drawn to, you know? Um, it's just basically fucking around and finding out. I think for um, a lot of this channel, what it's gonna be about is just how everything is kind of experimental, and the more you just jab at things and try things out, and see, you kind of see what works for you and what doesn't. And I think in just the last 3 months of me being consistent with my goals and what I've been trying to do, which is basically I want to be comfortable with being seen and being vulnerable and being myself, and telling my story and not being ashamed of it, but also tell it in a sense that is fun for me and for the people that could be seeing it. Um, that is um, true to myself as well. I think for the longest of time, I know that I'm good at a variety of things, but just being good is not good enough because everyone is good, you know? Everyone can dance or sing or act or has a specific skill that they're good at. And if you're good at that skill, trust me when I say there's like hundreds of millions more that are good at it too. So, you know, the extra work that you put in is just you experimenting a lot. And I found that out that it really is a thing. I think a major part of me growing up, you kind of hear these things when you're a child, when you're a teenager, when you're a young adult. But I think it really starts to resonate and click once you really mature and then actually go through it and experience it. Experience is the greatest teacher. So I never like really took it to heart when people like, okay, yeah, you're talented, but you have to work hard. Um, and then being consistent at it and really just, you know. But now I get it. And for a huge part of my life, I've really struggled with consistency. I'll just be honest. I really did struggle with consistency. I've struggled with it for so long. And a huge part of it is what I said about just me thinking that I'm a natural at things. You know, I can just get it. Um, you know, and then your brain has this sick thing that it does with the ego. When you tell yourself something for long enough, you end up really truly being that thing and believing it and just living like that. And I've been consciously choosing to tackle the things that you know, I think I'm going out of topic, but pretty much to share my story of consistency. Um, so about 3 months ago, I made a pact with myself to show up in chasing what I think is good for me, my dreams, my goals, and putting in the reps. My goal was to post practically every day. I started with TikTok. I know, corny. I started with TikTok and I had been posting every day, and I've been doing it for the past 2 months now. And now I also do it on YouTube. I do it on my Instagram as well. And it was tough for the first month. I think, like I said, I was just experimenting, just trying to realize what it is or something that's for me. And then the second month, it's like a second nature thing now. Like I have to. It almost feels weird if I don't. Almost to the point where I have things planned for like what to, so you get what I'm trying to say. And to also prove what I'm trying to say is that I've been getting a lot more engagement, a lot more reach. It's been steadily growing. Like I said, for people like me, I am not blessed enough to just have things just, I don't know. I think what life has taught me is that I really just kind of have to really work for the things that I want. And I had been against that for a long time, but now I get it, and I'm really proud of myself in that sense. But yeah, you know, you know, uh, ultimately, this is my advice to you. If you want something, I'm not a great planner of things, so I say this. I think you have to really keep it simple for yourself. I think when we say big words like consistency, hard work, and you know, your brain kind of has a malfunction with those words. So to keep things simple for yourself, have a really simple plan, a really simple goal, a really simple target. It can be very basic, something like I want to wake up every day and do 10 push-ups. And set an alarm if you have to. I set a lot of alarms to post or to do something that I need to do for my goals. So set alarms, simple task for yourself for every single day, and it has to be repetitive for sort of your muscle. It's like training your muscle. It's gotta be doing the same thing every single day at the same time if you need to, especially if you're someone like me that can get a bit lazy. Set a task for yourself, single-handed task that is repetitive every single day, just for you to make yourself get a step closer to your dream or your goal and whatever you have planned for yourself. You know, that's what I've been doing, and it's working. It's working out great for me. You know, so I don't know. Try that out. Get back to this video. Leave a comment on maybe how it works. It can be 6 months, a year later. I don't know. But this video is here. It's gonna be here for eternity now, I guess. But yeah. I never have these videos planned. I kind of just freeball and talk about my experience, as I said, and I just really hope that maybe one day people see this video or see my videos and stuff. I think really what I'm really kind of obsessed now was telling my story and sharing my experience and my journey for like people that may need to hear it, because I think what has kind of really helped me is other people's stories in my journey that kind of make me resonate and see that I'm not alone. So with every video I share, every video I post, it's just, it can be anyone in any part of the world that needs some form of light or mirror or message for their soul and their heart. Yeah, but to conclude, stay consistent, and here's to achieving our goals.